yesterday. Even early this morning, it was still out there.
And it's still windy from the same storm. Yeah, because it's just the same storm trying to make its departure. So you get what I like to call Mother Nature's wind tunnel effect, where low pressure is making its exit, high pressure is trying to take its place, and it just creates this gradient where it's like walking between the buildings in Center City, and your hair is all out of whack. I mean, it's a mess out there. So it is. You know, it's still very, very blustery right now. It'll continue to be so into the afternoon as well. And right now, we've got gusts easily peaking into the 30s in many locations. So much so that when we take you out to Skycam 3, we'll see if we can see it now. Yeah, there you go. Do you see how that fountain is getting pushed? The water is being pushed because of the wind. It's so persistent that it's messing with Logan Square's fountain. I just thought that was fascinating. So at the moment, we are finding wind gusts in Philly, at least at the airport, into the 30s right now. So that tells you what 30 to 35 mile per hour gusts can do at high noon here in Center City, but pretty much everywhere else. So, you know, as the day progresses, the wind is still very noticeable. Is it as harsh as it was earlier on? Thankfully, no. But what you'll notice here as we just put things into motion, yeah, it eases up a little bit, but you're still going to have a very persistent west to southwest wind flow into the teens here right through the afternoon and even into tonight. Now, even into tonight, there could still be those very persistent winds, especially in Wildwood. This is registering that it could be as high as 21 miles per hour by 11 o'clock. It's not until really tomorrow that that wind eases up to the point that you start to not notice it all that much. So Halloween forecast actually looks really great right now, but we still need this system to get out of here. There's another little piece of energy trying to move in right now across the northern high plains Midwest, but that is going to bypass us to the north. We are just at this point waiting for the first storm to exit, and then we'll be sitting pretty, at least for now. Now we're coming up on the month of November. I can't even believe it, but here we go. We're coming up on it in a couple of days. And a little preview for you here. There's an astronomy event with a Leonid's meteor shower coming up between November 17th and 18th, where you'll see up to 15 meteors per hour. Daylight saving, even though it's not really meteorological, it still falls to us to remind you daylight saving time does end this upcoming weekend. You get that extra hour of sleep as you fall back on the clock, and it is starting to get chilly. By the time we wrap up the month of November, at best, you're normally only going to hit about 50 degrees for a daytime high. So this isn't too bad, all things considered. 55 currently at the airport in Wilmington. It's kind of that the same thing across most of the board here, save for Mount Pocono, where it is obviously chillier, but the wind is still persistent. And even though it's not coming from the chillier north or northwest, it's still going to make it feel that much chillier to you. So I would still bundle up. And those gusts again could still easily surpass 30 miles per hour for the rest of the afternoon, despite the brightening sky. Later on tonight, we'll drop down to 45 degrees rather, with the wind out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So it's still chilly outside. By tomorrow, though, we're looking good. And we've got a very fun, festive graphic. Oh, I love the dancing mummy. You cannot beat him. So tomorrow evening, for the kids to be heading out trick-or-treating, is this not distracting or what? As they're heading out, the moon is going to be nearly full for one thing to add to the atmosphere, but it's nice and calm wind, just cool, but typically so. Then we spike. Thursday and Friday, guys, we're in the 70s. Don't want to rule out a shower or two either of those days, but it's looking like a nice little warming trend for a few
Monday,
days.
But too soon to be looking ahead to Friday?
Yeah. No. Hey, it's never too soon. Exactly.
Thanks, Katie.
Sure.